Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat and Instagram are few of the hundreds of social medias you can find today. But are these networks starting to take over our lives? And what makes them so addicting? I'm here to find out why we rely so much on social media. More and more people are using social media every day. For example, YouTube. YouTube is growing larger every single day, with 1 billion users. I myself have a YouTube account, and I'm subscribed to some people that have thousands of subscribers. But how hard do these people work to get so many subscribers? And why does so many subscribers matter so much? I decided to reach out to a YouTuber who used to have 20,000 subscribers and see what he thought. So Sam, what was your YouTube name?
I used to be known as FIFA Raw,
Right, and what were your videos about?
and I used to make videos, hence the name, about the video game FIFA and football in general.
Right, and how frequently would you upload these videos?
Depending on the day, twice a day on a decent day, so on the weekends I try and get 2 out a day, mainly because more people watch videos on the weekend as well.
Right.
So 2 a day was my target on those days, and 1 or 2.
So you were quite busy with this. This was a hands-on...
Yes, it was a large part of my life at the time. It's something I really enjoyed doing.
What would you do to draw in more people for the future? Would you expand on what you're doing, or would you try and aim to enhance in that own area?
It's kind of a bit of both. You would always keep in contact with your audience and make sure what they wanted, or make sure you were delivering what they wanted. That's what the comment sections for on YouTube is, something that you really need to pay attention to. Because if people aren't happy with something, that's where they'll let you know. So I always paid attention to what people wanted in the comments, and I tried to tailor my videos to what people wanted in the comment, whilst also broadening my horizons at the same time.
Right. And what was your favourite thing about being a part of YouTube?
My favourite thing was probably being part of someone's routine. You know, if I made someone's day with a video that I made, you know, they could come home from school and watch it. And if I was part of their routine and I was something they enjoyed watching, it made my day knowing that I was entertaining someone else, even for a short amount of time.
Listening to Sam, it seems that social media is an incredibly important part of his life, to the point where it is a significant part of his monthly income. For example, successful YouTubers will make most of their money from posting videos on YouTube. People like Dan Howe, Phil Lester and Zoella are making loads of money from sponsors' views on their videos. But it still doesn't answer my question about how social media affects our lives. I need to find out what unpopular social media users use it for. I've decided to visit West Kent College and talk to some students about what they think. So how often would you each say that you use social media?
Every day.
Yeah, on
Daily.
a daily basis.
So you use it quite often then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why do you think you use it so much? What is it about it?
I think it keeps you updated with all your friends and
Yeah.
just
You
everyone.
always feel like in contact when you're on it. Always feeling connected to
Yeah, connected.
the world and people.
And do you prefer messaging people on there, or do you prefer having a conversation face to face?
And messaging people.
Yeah, probably online.
Depends on the situation, I'd say.
Do you think we depend on social media?
Yeah, too much.
Yeah,
definitely.
Do you think that people can become obsessed with social media?
Yeah, because it's so constant. It's so
very addictive.
instantly available that it's very easy to become addicted to it.
What do you think makes it addictive?
I mean, even if you're like reading a book or looking at a newspaper, they kind of tell you, oh, follow us on Twitter or, you know, like us on Facebook. So even if you start off with just normal, it's like, hey, social media.
It's everywhere.
And personally, what are your favourite social media sites?
Twitter.
Instagram or Snapchat.
Facebook.
And what do you find so addictive about these individual things? What do you think that are the selling points?
Twitter sort of gives you a sort of relationship with the people who you don't usually get a relationship, like celebrities and important people, politicians and stuff. You don't usually are not able to connect with those people on sort of such an intimate level, so you get the sort of parasocial intimacy that you don't usually get with just sort of talking to people.
Yeah. Well, Facebook, you can connect with your friends and see what they're doing all the time, and it's just quite interesting to see what people are up to.
And how do you think social media will evolve in the future?
I don't know.
It's hard to tell really, because they're always updating it,
Yeah.
like new features.
It'll become like more integrated into our everyday life. Like, it'll become more of everything. Because like 5 years ago, Facebook wasn't on TV adverts and wasn't in the cinemas and stuff, and now it's everywhere. And like your toaster will be social network connected and things like that.
And do you think people are struggling more with face-to-face contact? Now that social media is taking an uprise, do you think people are becoming more socially awkward?
I'd say so.
Partly, but at the same time, you look at pictures from like the 1950s and everyone stood around in silence reading the newspaper. We had this sort of idea that everyone was happy and friendly and talkative back then, but actually it's like people are just as awkward and, you know, weird.
Do you think it's healthy? Do you think it constructs some bad behaviour? Do you think, yeah?
It's the fact, the anonymity of being online and sort of disconnect from real justice and real consequences makes people do things they wouldn't usually do. But at the same time, it then forces people to be more honest and more truthful. Like, that's why you get all these different opinions and stuff that people wouldn't usually want to express, even though actually a lot of them are very valid.
Get heavily influenced by what they would say.
Yeah.
And what would you like to see in the future from social media? What do you think will be the next big thing?
See, I'm alright with how it is.
There's too much of it already, to be honest.
Can't keep up.
So it seems that these students are spending a lot of time on social media, but could it be affecting their mental health? I decided to seek some advice from a psychologist.
My take is that social media can cause social anxiety. Teens are becoming concerned if they don't have a certain amount of friends on networking sites. But do these friends really pitch up in a crisis? Social media can also cause envy or depression and can make others feel that they are inadequate. Bullying can occur online and offline and is a regular situation on social networking such as Snapchat or Facebook. Even people that don't know the victims can encourage the bullying, which can cause suicide. Every adolescent I have worked with has been groomed on social media, and disturbingly, several sites that were aimed at young children. Child sexual exploitation is rife on social media, and incidents such as trauma and suicide are becoming higher and higher due to sexualized photographs being posted to friends that are then shared to other people. The individuals affected by this often have severe mental health issues and have difficulty forming trusting relationships. The therapeutic relationship is difficult due to the lack of trust. There is an argument that social media keeps people in touch, and to an extent this is true, but does this mean we never face our friends and family to talk to them? Teen brains are particularly affected by addiction, and this is also with social media. It can cause the teens to become ill-tempered, withdrawn, and argumentative. There is now a clinic set up specialised to tackle addiction to social media. They have found that social networking can ruin lives as much as drugs can. Lots of teens are afraid of missing out or being seen to miss out and not be in the loop or knowledge, therefore they keep their phones on them permanently and are on them till very late or cannot come off them. Often this results in lack of concentration or severe withdrawal. Perhaps we're spending so much time on social media that we're actually finding it difficult to relate to other humans. I feel that it stops people socialising in a physical way. What happened to getting up and meeting people and relating?
So it turns out that social media can seriously affect our mental health, and if we are constantly on different types of social media, it can start to become addictive. But there is one massive social media that we haven't covered: Facebook. Facebook is by far the biggest social network, with over 1.44 billion people actively using it. That's nearly 1 in 7 people using Facebook on a daily basis. On average, people are spending roughly 21 minutes on Facebook a day. And every minute, 3 million statuses are posted onto the website. So what is it about Facebook that people are so obsessed with? What makes it any different from any other social networks?
So obviously Facebook has a huge part in connecting online. Why do you think it's so popular?
I think because everyone has it, it's just something you know that if you want to speak to someone, they're probably on Facebook, so you can just go on and message them and get what you want out of
So it's
it.
probably the biggest social networking site in the world.
Yeah,
Like, what
definitely.
makes it different from the others, say like to Twitter or Instagram?
It's usually easier to find people. Like if you're trying to get in contact, there's no real, usernames or different things. It's just pretty simple to find them. So I think everyone's just like, okay, I can do this.
And would you say Facebook is the best way to post things on, or to message your friends and family?
Definitely to message your friends and family and stuff. If you become
Yeah.
disconnected from people who like move away, Facebook's such a good way of keeping in contact with them and seeing what they're up to and stuff. Yeah, group chats as well.
And finally, why do each of you keep going back on Facebook?
Habit.
Yeah, it becomes like a habit that you don't even think about it. But also you get like the validation from comments and likes, and it's a weird sort of self-validation from other people. It's unhealthy.
So there you go. It turns out that social media plays a huge part in our lives today. Whether it's creating an income on posting on YouTube, updating your friends about your new dog, or simply communicating with your family, it has definitely become something that we want to stick with. But there will always be positives and negatives to social networking.